I had made another video, but it got deleted. But I'm going to calm down a little bit on this video because I snapped on the last video. Anywho, I'm here with a legitimate issue. Okay. My issue is that I am tired of seeing white bitches. Let's start there because they irritate me the most. White bitches and Spanish speaking hoes that identify as white. I'm tired of seeing them wearing and I'm talking about Hebrew Israelite, but the world called us black, niggas, whatever, dark people, disenfranchised people. I'm tired of seeing white people and Spanish people copy our cultures. Let me tell you this. You white bitches, y'all make me sick. I damn near hate you hoes. I really do. Not all of y'all. Because some of you bitches know y'all place. And some of you bitches don't be on the shit that I'm seeing. So if you don't walk around wearing box braids, if you don't walk around wearing big hoop earrings, if you don't walk around with fake ass implants trying to make it look like you got ass and you don't, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't doing none of that shit trying to look and culture jack a Hebrew Israelite person such as myself, then I'm not talking to you. If you are a Spanish speaking bitch, and if you're a white bitch, because I want to make sure I call y'all bitches equally. If you either one of them bitches, because you hoes like to culture jack us, we're not trying to be you. We're not trying to be white. We're not trying to be Mexican. We are simply existing and making the best out of what this world is for us, which ain't much. We don't have shit but just our culture. Just like you Mexican motherfuckers, Spanish-speaking bitches, all y'all got is y'all culture. But actually the culture that y'all got was given to y'all by the white man. By the white bitch. Not the bitch, but the dude that's masquerading as a bitch. As a man, but he's a bitch. Spanish language and look this up for yourself, Spanish people. Spanish is a vulgar dialect of Latin, which came out of Rome from the Iberian Peninsula during the fall of the Roman Empire. Okay? So before any of you Spanish-speaking people ever spoke Spanish, you motherfuckers spoke Latin. Because the white man told you that was your language. And y'all looked at them and said, oh, you're white, so you're right. Okay. Now, you white motherfuckers, you bitches know y'all going to hell. Donald Trump, all you motherfuckers, y'all know y'all going to hell. And you crusty ass Cheeto, Donald Trump, I hate you. And I'm not even full of hatred. I'm not going to say I hate you. I hate the things that you push it. I hate the agenda that you got going on. I hate the speech that you use, the fear and the yellow journalism, which, yeah, that's what the fuck it was. Your whole campaign was yellow journalism that you used to get into the office. That was a dirty, underhanded motherfucking tactic. And you look like a fucking Cheeto with that fucked up ass wig. I do not like you. Like, if I ever had a chance to be next to you, I would slap the shit out of you if I didn't beat your ass. I probably would just go ahead on and whoop your ass and take that jail time. But I really do hope somebody beat your ass or fuck you up. You need to be out of office because you ain't shit. Nothing. Now, Barack Obama, when he was in office, he didn't do much for us other than cutting them motherfucking checks that one time. But he didn't make it where white people were suffering. He didn't make it where Mexican people were suffering. He did the best that he could considering that Bush had fucked up a lot of shit before he left the office. And then you come along as supposedly the leader of this country and you come along spewing hate. That's fucked up. That's real fucked up, and you need to be your ass out of office. Matter of fact, I wish I could just see you on the street, because I would beat your motherfucking ass, bro. I'm talking about, like, beat the fuck out of you. Like, really fuck you up. Because you need that. Somebody should have been beating your ass in your life so you will know how to treat people and you will know how to act. And if your daddy didn't teach you, your mammy didn't teach you, your mama, whoever the fuck didn't teach you, they need their ass whooped too. Really, because you a fucked up ass person to even be spreading this much hate and trying to rile this shit up. And if you gonna rile this shit up, then motherfucker, tell the truth. Tell the fucking truth why you riling this shit up. You riling it up for this new world order so that y'all can start snatching people out they fucking houses. and locking them up in these FEMA camps and shit. And it's not just people. You looking for black people, Hebrew Israelite people, because y'all think that y'all gonna fucking kill us and steal our skin color so y'all ass can stay here. Because that's what it's really about. And I don't care how nobody feel about it or feel if I'm being a conspiracy theorist or none of that shit, because I know exactly what I'm talking about. And I know exactly what I've researched. I have looked up and seen that they are asking Hebrew Israelite, not even people my color, but people darker, the darkest people, to come and sell their melanin. That's why they making it like it's a problem with you being dark. That's why they flip the Bible around and tell you, Abel's skin, Cain's skin was a curse. It was a curse because Cain was motherfucking red. Cain wasn't dark. It tell you that in the Bible, if we all was to read it. All Hebrew Israelite people, dark skinned people, all that. You need to go and read the King James Version, the original, the black King James, not that white one that they pushing. The original black King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha in it. And it will tell you who you are. It will tell you your people. It will tell you all of the things that these churches, these false prophets and teachers, these churches, what's his name, Eddie Bishop Long, Bishop Eddie Long, how you say that, Creflo Dollar, Bishop T.D. Jakes, all these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? All of them. What's the other one that everybody love now? Joel Osteen. All these motherfuckers are lying to you. Let's start there. Let me tell you something. Dark-skinned woman, dark-skinned man, black identified person, black identified man, black identified. Let me tell you something. The Father, but we call him, or most of y'all might call him God, that we Hebrew Israelite people serve, he look like us. He look like us. You don't got to believe me. I'm going to tell you something. When I was 13 years old, I had a vision. I had this spiritual event happen in my life. I always had spiritual things going on. I could sit and tell you guys 1,000,001 stories, but I'm not going to start there. I'll make other videos to explain this one. I'm 13. Okay, pay attention to that number. 13 and 31. I'm going to tell you something, because I'm going to tell you 2 events that happened in my life at 13 and 31. 13, I lived in the ghetto in Chicago. That's where I come from, the ghetto. A lot of shit was going on. A lot of bad feelings and vibes and all kinds of shit. My great-grandmother was on the verge of dying. My grandmother, she was probably at the time battling pre-onset dementia, then trying to deal with, take care of her mother. My uncle was on drugs. My mama was on drugs. And so my grandma, she had to work. And my grandmother was hold on, let me get it together. Okay, so I can't remember the title right off because this is going to throw me from my point. But she was the nurse that helped to deliver the baby. She was a master nurse in the OB-GYN department at a hospital in Chicago. So she had to not only work sometimes anywhere from 12 to maybe 16 hours, and sometimes my grandma did not come home. Sometimes she didn't come home because the hospital had her working sometimes 24 to 48 hour shifts because they'd be short-staffed and things like that. So, my grandmother had a lot going on that she was dealing with. Okay, there was nobody really to watch me, to give me spiritual guidance and none of that, because like I said, my mother was on drugs and so was my uncle. My daddy wasn't around. I'm the typical statistic out of the ghetto. No daddy, mama on drugs, and we didn't have our own. We lived with my grandma. Okay. I've always been aware of the world. I've always been aware of the wrongdoing in the world, this bad energy that was looming in the dark, seemed like in the background. I've always been aware of all of that. So at 13, I don't know, at 12, it seemed like things was changing, but I couldn't really pick up on what was changing. So I decided, because I'm just that type of person, I'm going to just ride the wave and see what happened. At 13, I had 2 incidents happen to me. A boy tried to rape me in my hallway, and my uncle did not try to come and help me. And I don't know if it was because he was just more focused on smoking his crack, or if he was maybe scared of the boy because the boy was one of the boys he bought crack from. So I don't know, because, you know, I don't understand crackheads. A lot of crackheads in Chicago be scared of dope dealers. I wouldn't be scared of their motherfucking ass. I promise you I wouldn't, because crackheads is some resilient motherfuckers. I'm telling you, they smart as shit. I don't know what it is about crack that make people smart as fuck. Like, them people will figure out how to steal out of your pocket while you sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, they smart as shit. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So, anywho, I almost got raped in the hallway, and my uncle didn't come to help me. So that was something else that I feel helped to bring my spirit down some, because then I felt like nobody didn't care about me. And I was like, well, you know, maybe he just was, maybe he didn't hear it. You know, I just had to fix that in my mind some type of way. Okay, so after that, I'm not sure if my mother or my uncle owed these gangbangers or whatever. Or maybe if this was just an isolated incident, or I don't know. I was walking down the street. I was coming from my friend's house. And I was walking down the street. And I don't know if y'all ever felt this, like when something get ready to happen, it's this real calm. It's quiet. And it's eerie, almost to the point like you know something is about to happen. So I was just walking, and I kept feeling uneasy, and I just, you know, I was like, well, let me just hurry up and get home. So as I'm walking, these guys, these gangbangers, they was gangbangers. I knew who they was. And I'm quite sure they knew who I was, because shit, we see each other in the neighborhood every day. Coming down the street, they riding down the street. A guy leans out of the car. It was a 9.8, I think. It was a 9.8, Oldsmobile 9.8. Leans out of the car with a shotgun, cocks it, and shoots at me. And I'm by a wall, a brick wall, blue brick wall. And he shot at me. And I froze. And he wasn't like he was shooting at my body, he was shooting at my head. Well, this lady, she was a drug addict too, but she was my favorite drug addict in the neighborhood. I know that's probably, I don't know, it probably sounds fucked up, but she was. Miss Mary was my favorite, and rest in peace, Miss Mary. She was my favorite drug addict. Because Miss Mary would give me dollars and all that. But this particular day, Miss Mary was coming down the street, and she saw what was going on. Now, when I looked down the street, I didn't see a soul in sight that could help me. And I just froze up, and I closed my eyes like that. And I was in the process of praying when I felt my body hit the ground. So I still had my eyes closed. And when I hit the ground, I said to myself, I just died. 13. I just died. But when I opened my eyes to Miss Mary on top of me, screaming in my ears about why I didn't get down or why I didn't run. And all I could do was look her in the face. And I'm not saying Miss Mary was God, because she wasn't. I just said the woman was a drug addict. But I saw my father in her face. So after that, and still it brings tears to my eyes, because I could have been dead. At 13, I could have been dead. Dead on the street and don't know why. I would have never known why I was shot. I still to this day, I'm 34, and still to this day, I don't know why I was being shot at. But after that, I fell asleep. Like, because I couldn't sleep for a couple of days. I stayed up for like 2 days straight, because I could do that. Most longest I ever stayed up was 3 days. But this time I'm talking about, I stayed up for 2 days straight because I was scared to go to sleep. So I had went on and went to sleep. Finally, after 2 days, my body finally crashed. Or rather, the father said, you know what? Just sleep, child. So I went to sleep. And so when I went to sleep, I don't know if you guys have ever had an out-of-body experience, or what they call an outer-body experience. But I had one. And the experience that I had was, I was, you know, laying down, because I didn't have my own bed. I slept on the couch in my grandmother's front room. So I was laying on the couch sleep, and while I was asleep, my soul left my body. As the Father was calling me up to heaven, I was looking down at my body, and I was happy. I was like, "Oh, I'm finally dead. I can go. No more wrongness, no more nothing, no more loneliness, no more heartache, no more pain, no more tears, no more nothing. I can just go." But because I used to astral project too, I don't know if I think that's a witchcraft term, but I did used to leave my body and travel around, and I never wanted to come back. But the Father he told me when it was time to go back, and it always be right before the crack of dawn. So I always had to go back, but I never wanted to. Just wanted to say that. But anyway, he pulls me up to heaven. I get there. Okay. When I get there, it is just whiteness. Almost like looking at a cloudy sky, but not gray clouds. I mean, like when it's those big old fluffy, those cotton candy looking white clouds. It's almost like that. And I saw 4 angels all together. 4 angels. And they look like us. It was an angel that was carrying a scroll. And I remember him because he was my color. And he had this scroll, and he was reading it, and he was walking kind of fast. And they got wings too. They do have wings, pretty ones. Then another angel. The angel that went to, the way I'm sitting, this is my left. If you see my finger like this is my left, where I'm pointing to. So that angel was going to the left. Then I seen a dark angel, a dark skinned one, like Idris Elba dark, like that beautiful dark. Yeah, I see him going past, and he had a scroll, but he was carrying his scroll. The one that was my color was reading the scroll. And the one that was Idris Elba color was carrying a scroll somewhere. I don't know where they was going to because I didn't go any further than the 2 angels that were sitting in front of me, because it was 2 angels that were sitting in front of me that was playing chess, which is why I have my love of chess. But those 2 angels that was playing chess, they never looked up at me. The ones that was in the background, they never paid attention to me. But on my side was the Father, the great Kodesh one. And before y'all get to asking, what did his face look like? I never seen his face. You don't get to see his face until judgment. For all my Hebrew Israelites and true believers that believe what I'm saying, you will never get to see his face until you go to judgment. That is something that I was told explicitly, implicitly. I never saw his face. So don't take this and say, oh, this crazy girl said she seen the Father's face. I did not. But I will tell you what I saw. I saw his hand. And the Father is not white. He's not white. He is a deep brown, bronzy. The color, I just can't. I've never seen this type of skin color before. So I can't really make y'all understand what it is that I saw. But I never seen this skin color before. It didn't look like my skin color. Didn't look, because I'm not bronze. I'm yellow. I'm yellow. It didn't look like that. It was this glowing, it was like there was an inner glow inside of this hand. You know what I mean? Like